finish writing another title down one.
Yeah.
So,
watch this.
Just lifting up the sales.
Yes. Well, last question before I head into.
I gotta rewind it because
It's good. And that's what good storytelling is supposed to do. It's supposed.
yeah. Okay, here you go. Watch. The whole tone of the interview gonna change after they ask this question. Watch.
Are you single?
Well.
You drink some water, y'all. So heart.
Am I?
If
This
you
nigga
look
drank
quietly,
some
you can see
water.
your hearts slowly breaking.
Am I? Or am
When he
I?
took that gulp,
You don't know?
took that gulp, it said, no.
What was that?
What it say?
No.
On to another question.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Amen.
You say he on to another one. Okay. Well, now watch how he answer this one.
Oh, okay. I was asked that actually recently. Probably Jake Gyllenhaal would be one. I think he's dope. Tom Hardy, I think is dope. Idris, obviously. Dwayne Johnson.
He started looking off in the distance like, damn, I done messed up. Like,
Who else? I mean, it's
you better
couple
think, okay?
I'm gonna bring that right now.
What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Black Lightning Season 2, Episode 11. He did, y'all. I need to take a moment because we ain't never gonna see him again. We never gonna see the muscles. We never gonna see the lips. We never gonna see. We never gonna see it again. This show was so good. I finally watched it. I was stuck once again. They had me stuck, speechless, like, y'all, it was crazy. Let's go ahead and get into it. We see that Khalil is still alive. He's fighting for his life in the hospital as the pastor or the reverend is preaching a sermon to the whole community about how they need to have a revolution and it's time to rise up and just fight the oppressor, who is Tobias and the 100 gang, honey. So he's telling everybody, you know, getting them all riled up. The sermon was good, too. It was a good little piece of word, okay? And so everybody's at the hospital with Khalil. We have Jennifer is there. Pearson is there. Lynn is there, you know, and it's everybody, the whole family is there, plus his mom is there, and we just see him laying face down on the table, kind of like a massage type of table, you know, where you have your face inside the thing, with his back, with a long, you know, bandage over his back. And so we can see that Jennifer is really upset about the whole situation. She steps outside of the room. Lil asks for everyone to leave the room except for Jefferson. So he tells Jefferson that he wants him to kill Tobias. He wants Black Lightning to kill Tobias, and he says, I'm not going to do that. This is a testament to, you know, Jefferson's growth as a person, because, like, you know, 6 episodes ago, he would have been like, I'm finna kill him, because, you know what I'm saying, we about to ride on that foe, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that he's grown and he's realized he's not a killer, he doesn't kill people, that's not what he does, that shows growth in his character. So, anywho, he says he's not going to kill him. And Khalil is like, well, I give you everything you need. I give you all the information. I give you the contacts. I give you everything you need so you can take him down. And he's like, you know, can you just make sure that he suffered like I suffered? And he says, yes, I don't have any problem doing that. Now, that's in my skill set. I can do that. Oh, also during this conversation, there's a moment where Khalil is talking about the system because Jefferson said they need to let the justice system handle Tobias. And he's like, oh, you know, the justice system that did this, the system that did that, and that. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie, the boy got a point. Okay, y'all done told this boy to come and turn himself in and look at him. Now he laid up on the table about to die. And listening to y'all, maybe he shouldn't have listened to you. Maybe he shouldn't have did that. And another thing, he said Jefferson apologized for not being there for him when he needed him the most. And he said, no, you were always there for me. I just couldn't see you. So I was glad they got a chance to, like, mend their relationship, you know, before the... At the same time this is going on, like I said, the pastor is preaching. He is giving a, you know, firm, good old sermon. And we see him take a breather. You know, he ended the sermon and let the church say amen. And he, like, go into breathe into a handkerchief. When he takes it off, his blood on the handkerchief. And we see pan to Cutter, who's sitting in the church with her Sunday best on. and her nose ring, and she stands up and walks out the church while the pastor falls out. Now, I ain't know the pastor was, listen, they hit us hard. They hit us with the okie doke this episode. I was like, y'all tripping. I literally was emotional when I was watching it at the end. Like, I mean, listen, we gonna talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We see Tobias sticking himself with the green light. So apparently this is not something that's like permanent, you know, that he got to tune himself up every once in a while. At the same time, Todd is over there on the computer looking at the pod kids and, you know, analyzing stuff. And then we have Anissa walking back and forth in her bedroom, just worried, you know, tell like she want to bust something up. She want to train or something, because she's just pacing back and forth with worry. So Jennifer is in the parking lot. When she left out of the hospital, she went to the parking lot and she was leaning on the car, you know, crying, trying to get herself together. And so this woman walks out and she's like, what are you doing by my car? She's like, you know, ma'am, I'm sorry. Like, she's trying to get herself together just to even say, ma'am, I'm sorry. You know, I was just trying to get myself together. I didn't mean to lean on your car. But the lady was like, are you trying to steal it? Are you threatening me? I'm gonna call the police. So it was like a parking lot patty type of situation. So she called the police, and Jennifer is like, girl, I don't have time for this. I'm like, Jennifer, girl, we ain't got time. Go ahead, do what you got to do, sis. Not today. Jennifer lit up like a Christmas tree, like fire starter. Shout out to Stephen King. Blew the lady whole car up, and I was like, blow it up, girl. Set it on fire. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off. Come on and set it off. She covered up her hands real quick. Jefferson sees her coming. Well, Jefferson sees when the woman calls the police and the fire department is all there. And he's like, you know, I turn around and lightning strike my car. I feel like that's going to come back to bite us later on, because I feel like somebody going to see that on like a camera or something like that. So, and because, I mean, they have to have cameras in the parking lot. So I feel like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. But Jefferson sees her hands are, she's still like inflamed. And so he like grabs his jacket and throws it over her, and they takes her away. As I said, the pastor falls back, and you know, I'm just thinking he passed out, child, but apparently he is dead, honey. He's out of there. He has been poisoned. While Cutter gets up and walks out of the church, stays down the steps, and that's just the first 2 or 3 minutes, child. We got a long way to go. Then we see Jefferson and Jennifer in the closet. He's trying to, like, you know, quell the electricity that she have going, because she can't, like, get herself to calm back down. And it's not working. He says he's not able to do it. So he called Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, and she comes in and she tells Jefferson that she needs some privacy with Jennifer. And he like, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no privacy. I'm not leaving her. And she's like, you know, I need you to step outside of the room so I could do what I need to do. Okay, so I'm going to need for you. Thanks. And be blessed. He said he gonna be right outside the dodo, okay, just in case, you know, just in case something pop off, you know what I mean? I was like, come on, Jefferson, you better protect your people. Back at Tobias's place, Todd is looking at the video of when Lynn and a homegirl when Lynn slapped homegirl after she killed like 14 of them kids, or whatever, 7 of them kids. Tobias looks at the screen and he recognizes who the lady is. He says her name. I'll probably have that next week because I don't have it this week. He was like, you ready to put in some work? And Todd was like, yeah. Like, I really don't like Todd, and I hope they kill him, because he is terrible. Like, you don't have no type of morals. Like, you don't care what you're doing. Like, you don't see what he do to people that like cross him. At least Cutter, you can see like a bit of humanity on her face at sometimes. You can tell she's just hard and don't care about like killing nobody, but like she can see what Tobias does to the people that cross him, and I'm sure it looked like it scares her a bit. Like, I don't want to be one of the people that he throwing up, you know, pouring water on their head. I just seem like he just don't care, child. I mean, listen, I don't like Todd. I don't see it for him. But Todd said he ready to put in some work. Then Tobias did say, I want to mention that, you know, it's been 30 years and you look just, and she look exactly the same or whatever. So apparently they got something in common with this youth serum they be sticking up in themselves. Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, is with Jennifer, and she's trying to get her to like bring the energy back, and she got her meditating and like thinking about, you know, herself and drawing the energy back into herself or whatever. She's basically teaching her how to control her powers. And so later on, you know, when she becomes thunder or lightning or whatever she becomes, she will be able to control her powers and not like heal anybody or just react when she gets emotional, because it seems like it's connected to her emotions or like, you know, her anxiety or whatever. It's attached to something like that, okay? She basically, you know, brought all the power back into herself. She got herself together, and she, you know, left out, and she went and found her dad, and they hugged. Jefferson, have you noticed Jefferson's hair is real gray on the side right here? It's starting to get real gray. I was like, he's stressed. When Maxine Shaw come out, Jefferson is like, you know, what did you do? Like, what did you tell her? And she was like, I told her what she needed to know. I don't think that Jefferson, you know, he don't feel no type of way about it or anything, but I think he realizes that they have a special connection, or she's the person that's really there and can connect with Jennifer on a way that him and his wife can't connect with Jennifer. Something special about Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. Lynn goes to the hospital to offer her help to the doctors that are working on Khalil. She talks to the doctor about the experimental thing she's been doing and working on. And the doctor is like, you know, that can't be administered to him at this time. Everything that can be done is being done right now. She said that the anesthesia that his body makes, okay, hence the name painkiller. Okay, so I keep saying antihistamine, child. The anesthesia that his body makes to like make you go to sleep or like forget, you know, and have no pain and go to sleep is the same thing it's overrunning his body and it's making it toxic. So it's nothing that they can really do at this point. But hope that things will change. I'm in a pod and all that stuff is not gonna work, basically, is what the doctor is trying to say. So Jefferson and Henderson sit down in the cafeteria and they're talking about how they're going to get Tobias, like what their next move is going to be. And he's basically like, you know, I can't just arrest him. Again, last time I arrested him, he had a press conference. You know, he called me out for false arrest. And so, you know, I got to get solid information. So he's like, you know, they can't use Khalil's testimony, but they can use the information that he gives them to help take down Tobias. Like Jefferson knows where Tobias lives now. And he's like, okay, well, I can't just walk in there. And he was like, listen, for us to get Tobias, we're going to have to take him down. Like, we're going to have to work together. And Henderson was like, I thought we was working together. And he was like, well, you know, I have resources, you know what I'm saying, that could, like, help. And as soon as I said that, I was like, he about to take him to Gabby. They about to be best friends again. It was cute. Then we see him taking Henderson to the tailor shop. And so when they get there, you know, he go to open the wall, you know, the wall the wall open up. And when the wall opened up, when Henderson said, oh, hell no. I was like, I lived for it, okay? Because I was like, only black people gonna do that. Some doors to open. You say, nah, hell nah, what's going on? So he walked in there and he was like amazed at all the technology that happened. And then Gamby comes out the bag. He like, yeah, you know, I faked my death because some very dangerous people were after me. You know, I have some things that we could use and yada, yada, yada. We're going to find him. We're going to take him down. They're going to do the RICO case, you know, continuing criminal enterprise. So they got to get the suitcase and, you know, all this here. So they was like, you in or you out? I mean, what's popping? What's good? And Henderson was like, he was like, what they got to eat around here? You in. We gonna make it. I was encouraged. Jennifer is in the room with Khalil and she notices that, you know, she can see inside of his body because, you know, the body is made up of electricals, whatever she was saying, impulses or something inside of you. So she runs into the hallway and she tells Lynn this, you know, that she can see inside of people and she can see that, you know, his electrical impulses are dimming and they are going slower. She can see that he's dying. You know, she was like, I can see it happening. And they're like, and she was like, well, you know, maybe I could charge him up. And, you know, the mom is like, you know, I don't think that's going to work. It's not like he's a car. You can't just charge him up. She was like, well, maybe we could put him in a pod. And Lynn was like, you know, maybe that's something that can work or whatever. So she was like, I don't know if it's going to work, but we can try. So they hug it out and, you know, Lynn going to try to, you know, help the boy and put him in the pod. Like I said, she already wanted to put him in the pod. Like that was her idea in the first place. But, you know, now that Jennifer is cool with it, now she really going to try to do it. The reason why was because he's not a metahuman. He's an enhanced person. So he's not naturally that way. Like, you know, with just genetics and whatever drugs they gave them. He wasn't born that way. He was enhanced. So that's why it might be dangerous to put him in the pod because they don't really know, you know, how to handle that type of thing yet. Grace shows up to the hospital. It was nice to see her show up for Anissa because Anissa has showed up for her, you know, so it's nice to see they can support each other. It was a real cute little moment. They didn't really talk. It was nice, like, because sometimes, like, when people need support, they don't always need you to come and, like, talk to them. They just need you to sit with them, you know, and, like, not say anything. You know, I've definitely been that friend before who just sat with somebody and didn't really say anything. I was just there for support, just there for you to lean on. We see Tobias torturing, you know, said hunchman, right? So Cutter comes in and he tells her, congratulations for killing the pastor. You did a good job. And she like, congratulations for letting that check, you know, clear like it needed to clear. He goes to tell her, you know, I never told you I was sorry. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. They did used to mess around, right? And so she was like, you know, sorry for what? And he was like, you know, I shouldn't have ended it the way I ended it. And she was like, no, it's all good. You know, it helped me step into my true calling, right? And he was like, well, okay. Like, you know, like he went to really apologize to her. And then when she was like, nah, you know, it's okay. It just called me to my true calling. He was like, okay, like, I ain't really want to apologize anyway. And he walked away. And her face was like, girl, you feel some type of way about that. Okay, so I feel like that's going to come into play because, you know, Tobias is ruthless. Like, he don't have nobody that he is not going to kill. Like, if you don't do what he wants you to do, he's going to kill you. And so at the end of the day, he don't care about nobody. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work with them. You know, something ain't right. When stuff start going wrong, that's when he really start killing folks. Homegirl was looking like, I don't know. I don't know. Lynn goes to the hospital and tells the doctor that's in charge that she's there on ASA business. They're going to be running some tests on Khalil, and she needs to push. And the doctor is like, I'm not going to allow you to come in here from an outside agency and test one of my patients without my permission. She's like, listen, so you're going to deny his mother tests that could possibly save his life? Okay, I'm pretty sure that she can sue this whole hospital, and then she's going to take that money and personally sue you right into homelessness. I'm not gonna lie, I was happy the lady, you know, tried to defend herself because you're not supposed to be able to do that. I mean, they're not supposed to be able to just walk around you and do no tests on you or whatever. But I'm glad, I'm glad the white lady has stood her ground. But at the end of the day, baby, move out the way. Back at Tobias's place, he gets a visitor. And that visitor is Chief Henderson. Henderson comes in, he's walking around, he's asking questions about Khalil. You know, when is the last time you seen Khalil? Oh, I haven't seen him in such a long time. Last time I heard he stole a whole bunch of money from the 100 Club and he ran out of town. I mean, you know, you should really make an example out of him. I mean, Tobias was just laying it on thick. You know, I tried to be a mentor to him. I tried to this and that. Child, he was laying it on thick, okay? Henderson is walking around the apartment talking to him, entertaining him. But come to find out, he had a camera on his tie, and they were trying to get to the safe that's in the apartment where, you know, Tobias lives. And so he's, like, scanning the whole apartment, and, you know, they found the safe. Once they got the safe, they told him to get out of there. So Henderson was like, you know, I'll be seeing you really soon, you know. And he's like, yeah, okay, officer, you know, bye, peace out, nigga. You ain't gonna see me. Ty shows up to the jailhouse. He gives some money to the guard. The guard lets him in the little, you know, the cell with homegirl, the doctor, and he tells the doctor his name is Ty. She like, who are you? He was like, I just told you my name is Ty, girl. She's like, but who are you? Like, I heard what your name is, but who are you? Well, it's not about what I want, and, you know, it's about what Tobias wants. So he does this thing where he takes off her ankle bracelet, and he tells her to act like she's reading. He makes a hologram of her reading and sitting in the cell when he actually takes her out. When she realizes it's Tobias, she, like, runs out the door. I was like, girl, you better run to you. Girl, you better run. She ran up out of there. Basically, when she gets to Tobias's house, her and him have a talk, and we find out she is the one who created the anti-aging serum, the one that he's taking now, and to keep him young and her both young too. So that's how we know she did that. But he's basically like, you ain't know if it was gonna kill me, or you didn't know if it was gonna, you know, keep me young. So basically, she been experimenting on children her whole life, you know, different ones. So some of them lost a foot, child, some of them died, some of them this, some of them that. She just don't care about, like, experimenting on, like, kids for whatever her purposes are. So that's what she was doing with him, but he just so happened to stay young when she did this to him. But the way they do it is like, it's weird because she would have had to do it at the age that he is now for him never to get older, right? Because if she did it when he was a kid, wouldn't he still be a kid? Like, that's what don't make no sense to me. But, you know, who are me? She says that she has some valuable information for him about the Pie Kids. So, basically, he's trying to get Metas to, like, you know, I guess put him on some type of team, army, you know, crew together to take over the town or take over whatever kind of power grab he's trying to get. That's basically what's happening. And when he said, you know, you don't know how much power I could have imagined, and she was like, well, this will be exactly what you're looking for. I'm like, girl, this is a hot mess. This is about to be a mess. Nissa and Grace are still going through it. You know, they still at the hospital. The whole family is still at the hospital. Jennifer is with Khalil, and he wakes up and tells her it's okay. Everything is going to be okay. Basically, I think he's realizing that Okay, this is what I'm gonna say about Khalil's character. I feel really bad for his character because nothing ever good ever happened to him other than meeting Jen and falling in love with her. His brother died. He had on his way to college to the Olympics. He gets hurt, can't walk, gets a new spine, but can't be a functional member of society and live like a normal person because you got to be out here killing people. And then you finally get your girl back, but you got to run away and come back, and then you die. Get your whole back snatched out. I forgot that part. And then you die. I feel bad because his character never caught a break. So I feel bad about that. But I do feel like he made decisions that he should not have made. And that, in a way, caused his death. I don't remember if he told the dude, go ahead and give him the bag, or did Tobias just give him the bag and was like, nigga, I gave you a bag, you work for me now. I don't remember. Somebody remind me in the comments and let me know how that go, because I might not be able to blame that boy for everything if he just, you know, stuck up, gave him a new bag and was like, nigga, guess what? Use mine, you know? You know what I'm saying? I do feel like the misplaced anger that he had, and even that, can that even be his? I might be talking my own self out of my own opinion, child, because he a child. I mean, he was young, so I just feel bad for the boy as a character. He tell her it's okay, and she steps out of the room because she can tell that it's almost time for things to be over with. Gamby and Henderson are together, and Jefferson are together, and they're looking through, you know, the safe, and they're trying to find out is the briefcase in the safe. And Gamby scanning it, and he says the briefcase is not in there. And Jefferson immediately gets frustrated, and it's like he's, you know, he's being watched. Tobias is not stupid, you know, with Henderson showing up and with this happening, you know, he probably figured that he's being watched. So it's probably still around. That's not the case. It's just that Todd has it, and he's working with it, you know, using it to do whatever he doing. Lynn then calls, and she says that he needs to come back to the hospital. Jefferson needs to come back to the hospital because it's about to be it. Lynn tells Jennifer that they're not going to be able to put Khalil in a pot. Jennifer's, you know, understandably upset by this. She wants to know why, and it's because the toxins in his body are preventing them from putting him asleep. So they can't put him in the sleep, so he's not going to be able to be in a pod. So there's no way they're going to be able to save him. So Jennifer breaks down at this point. She's very upset. She doesn't know what to do. Like, I thought she was going to run up in there and shock him or, you know, and wake him up or whatever. But nah, I was wrong. So she goes in there, and she goes to Khalil, and she takes him into the safe space that she's created in her mind with Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, okay? So they're in a safe space. This is the prom, and they had a really nice moment to say goodbye to each other and, you know, look at each other standing up in the flesh. And he says he loves her, and it was just a really beautiful moment between the two of them. I got choked up. I was like, ah. It was sad. Oh, y'all, it was so sad. Oh, my God. Oh, it wore me out, okay? And so she hugging him, and he just disappeared, child. When he wake up, and we looking at him, and I'm looking at the machine, child, and it just flatlined, and child, he was gone. They put the camera on. I said, Lord Jesus Christ, Lord, they done killed the baby. Why they did it? Oh, it was so sad. My heart beat, oh, it touched me. Oh, it was so sad. That was sad. So, you know, everybody cried. Jennifer like fell on the ground. It was sad. It was real sad. At the same time this is happening, we see Tobias busting the wall out with him and the good doctor and Todd. And he was busting this wall out, and it's like a, you know, some type of room, safe, I don't know, closet, lab, child, I don't know. But we can't see. The door opens and it's like green. And so we can't see, but Tobias is smiling, and I don't know. What is he trying to do? Be king of the world? Like, what is he trying to do? What is the plan? I was sitting in my house just frustrated because I was like, when is something good going to happen? 2 good people died today. When is something good gonna happen? They did show the funeral early in the episode. They showed the pastor funeral, so, you know, he was out of there. They kind of did his death kind of, you know, raggedy too. I thought it would have been more, you know, dramatic, because I feel like he was an important part of the show. But anywho, he died, and Khalil died too. And when is something good gonna happen? Like, this is literally depressing at this point. Saw Jennifer next week. She gonna be out here trying to get her revenge, and I ain't mad at her. Do what you gotta do, sis. At this point, don't be listening to Jefferson and them. He done lost his job. He done lost child. He did nothing right this whole season. This was a good episode. It took me down. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It took me all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Okay, I got a song in my heart today. Okay. I want to hear what your thoughts are about this show. Don't forget to like, comment. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to follow me on social media, you can at Who Is April Dunn on all the social medias. Some I do a lot, some I don't do at all. So don't forget to share this with all your friends. I will holler at you next time. Peace.